This stop is Southern Boulevard and Botanical Gardens. Next stop, Southern Boulevard and East Fordham Road. Transfers available to Bx22, Bx12 and Bx12 SBS. This stop is Southern Boulevard and East Fordham Road. Next stop, Southern Boulevard and East 187th Street. Transfer available to Bx9. This stop is Southern Boulevard and East 187th Street. Next stop, Southern Boulevard and East 183rd Street. This stop is Southern Boulevard and East 183rd Street. Next stop, Southern Boulevard and East 182nd Street. This stop is Southern Boulevard and East 182nd Street. Next stop, Southern Boulevard and East 180th Street. Transfer available to Bx36. This stop is Southern Boulevard and East 180th Street. Next stop, Southern Boulevard and East 179th Street. This stop is Southern Boulevard and East 179th Street. Next stop, Southern Boulevard and East Tremont Avenue. Transfers available to Bx40 and Bx42. This stop is Southern Boulevard and East Tremont Avenue. Next stop, Southern Boulevard and East 176th Street. This stop is Southern Boulevard and East 176th Street. Next stop, Southern Boulevard and East 174th Street. Transfers available to the 2 and 5 trains in Bx21. This stop is Southern Boulevard and East 174th Street. Next stop, Southern Boulevard and East 173rd Street. This stop is Southern Boulevard and East 173rd Street. Next stop, Southern Boulevard and East 172nd Street. Transfer available to Bx11. This stop is Southern Boulevard and East 172nd Street. Next stop, Southern Boulevard and Jennings Street. Transfer available to Bx11. This stop is Southern Boulevard and Jennings Street. Next stop, Southern Boulevard and Freeman Street. This stop is Southern Boulevard and Freeman Street. Next stop, Southern Boulevard and Home Street. This stop is Southern Boulevard and Home Street. Next stop, Southern Boulevard and East 167th Street. This stop is Southern Boulevard and East 167th Street. Next stop, Southern Boulevard and Westchester Avenue. Transfers available to Bx35, Bx27, Bx5, Bx4 and Bx4A. This stop is Southern Boulevard and Westchester Avenue. Next stop, Southern Boulevard and Aldous Street. This stop is Southern Boulevard and Aldous Street. Next stop, Southern Boulevard and East 163rd Street. Transfers available to the 6th train, Bx6 and Bx6 SBS. This stop is Southern Boulevard and East 163rd Street. Next stop, Southern Boulevard and Tiffany Street. This stop is Southern Boulevard and Tiffany Street. Next stop, Southern Boulevard and Longwood Avenue. Transfers available to the 6th train and Bx46. This stop is Southern Boulevard and Longwood Avenue. Next stop, Southern Boulevard and East 156th Street. This stop is Southern Boulevard and East 156th Street. Next stop, Southern Boulevard and Leggett Avenue. This stop is Southern Boulevard and Leggett Avenue. Next stop, Southern Boulevard and Avenue St. John. This stop is Southern Boulevard and Avenue St. John. Next stop, East 149th Street and Southern Boulevard. Transfers available to the 6th train and Bx17. This stop is East 149th Street and Southern Boulevard. Next stop, East 149th Street and Prospect Avenue. This stop is East 149th Street and Prospect Avenue. Next stop, East 149th Street and Tinton Avenue. This stop is East 149th Street and Tinton Avenue. Next stop, East 149th Street and Concord Avenue. This stop is East 149th Street and Concord Avenue. Next stop, East 149th Street and Trinity Avenue. This stop is East 149th Street and Trinity Avenue. Next stop, East 149th Street and St. Anne's Avenue. Transfers available to Bx4 and Bx4A. This stop is East 149th Street and St. Anne's Avenue. Next stop, East 149th Street and Brook Avenue. This stop is East 149th Street and Brook Avenue. Next stop, East 149th Street and Melrose Avenue. Transfers available to the 2 and 5 trains, Bx41, Bx15, Bx2 and Bx41 SBS. This stop is East 149th Street and Melrose Avenue. Next stop, East 149th Street and Cortlandt Avenue. This stop is East 149th Street and Cortlandt Avenue. Next stop, East 149th Street and Morris Avenue. Transfer available to Bx32. This stop is East 149th Street and Morris Avenue. Next stop, East 149th Street and Grand Concourse. Transfers available to the 2, 4 and 5 trains, Bx19, Bx1 and Bx1 Limited. This stop is East 149th Street and Grand Concourse. Next stop, East 149th Street and Girard Avenue. This stop is East 149th Street and Girard Avenue. Next stop, West 145th Street and Malcolm X Boulevard. Transfers available to M1, M7 and M102. This stop is West 145th Street and Malcolm X Boulevard. Next stop, West 145th Street and Adam C. Powell Boulevard. Transfer available to M2 Limited. This stop is West 145th Street and Adam C. Powell Boulevard. Next stop, West 145th Street and Fred Douglass Boulevard. This stop is West 145th Street and Fred Douglass Boulevard. Next stop, West 145th Street and St. Nicholas Avenue. Transfers available to the A, B, C and D trains and M3. This stop is West 145th Street and St. Nicholas Avenue. Next stop, West 145th Street and Convent Avenue. This stop is West 145th Street and Convent Avenue. Next stop, West 145th Street and Amsterdam Avenue. Transfers available to M100 and M101. This stop is West 145th Street and Amsterdam Avenue. Next stop, West 145th Street and Broadway. Transfers available to the 1 train, M4 and M5. This stop is West 145th Street and Broadway. Next stop, West 145th Street and Riverside Drive. Transfer available to M11. This stop is West 145th Street and Riverside Drive. Next stop, Riverbank and State Park. This stop is Riverbank and State Park. This is Bx19 to Riverbank Park.